EastEnders spoilers. Kathy Beale threatens to frame Denise Fox as she falls apart after murder. This article contains spoilers from Thursday's EastEnders, which has not yet aired on TV but is available to watch now on BBC iPlayer. The six have been seriously struggling to keep it together since the murder of Keanu Taylor on Christmas Day, and though they recently thought that they'd drawn a line under the whole sorry mess by properly burying his body, they've only gone and made things much, much worse. What they didn't realize during the process of digging a hole and cementing over it was the fact that Denise Fox's iconic D necklace had fallen into Keanu's makeshift grave. Unfortunately, it wasn't until the concrete had set that Denise realized it was missing, and soon called the rest of the six back to the barrel store for crisis talks. While she was expecting them to agree to dig up Keanu's body once more and retrieve the necklace, she was left shocked when none of them were prepared to go along with her plan. Undeterred, Denise swore that she would do the deed herself if it came down to it, much to the horror of the other women. It was then that Denise turned on Stacy Slater, pointing out that if she hadn't pushed her into Keanu's grave then this wouldn't have happened, and given that she had stayed quiet about what Stacy had done to her before Christmas. This led to an awkward conversation with the other women, where Stacy was forced to admit that she had slept with Jack Branning. As Denise warned Stacy that she had to help her, as the necklace was evidence that could be used against her, horrified Kathy Beale put a stop to the threats, insisting that she refused to go to prison because Jack Branning can't keep it in his pants. Kathy was adamant that, with Sharon Watts having already done a runner, they had no choice but to all stick together, though that would turn out to be easier said than done. Later, when Kathy went searching for Denise, it became evident that she had gone through with her plan to dig up the body herself. After a few sharp, and honestly, very much deserved, words to Jack, Kathy rallied the troops and headed over to the cafe, where they found Denise attempting to break through the concrete. Though Denise thought they had changed their minds and come to help her, she was soon brought back down to reality when Kathy asserted that they weren't going to be digging up the body. Broken Denise began to crumble as she pointed out that none of this was her fault, and lamented that she couldn't even look at her kids or her husband because of the guilt. Kathy was quick to retort that at least she still had a husband, as she had had to shop hers to the police in order to save all of their necks. When Suki Panesar pointed out that they had all had to make sacrifices, Linda Carter agreed, much to Denise's disgust. Denise laid into killer Linda for her actions that night, but Linda was quick to retaliate, pointing out that they had all made a pact to stick together, and that everyone else was going to stick to it. When it became clear that Denise wasn't going to toe the line, pointing out that she was the only one with evidence on the body, Kathy took extreme action. She issued a stark warning that she should remember that her necklace was down there, because if she didn't stick with the others, Kathy would dig the body up herself and make sure that Denise got the blame for it all. As the rest of the women left the cafe, it was clear Denise was on her own in her plight. Will she stick with the others, or choose to go it alone?
Các bạn vừa theo dõi một sản phẩm của OK Spoilers. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại các bạn video tiếp theo.